Hello, this is Namtro with Namtro Gaming. I was milling around with like ideas for new builds that I'm going to be doing in case this Reaver dies, and one build that I've been kind of excited about because I haven't really ever played a CI character, because I've never really had the desire to play a CI character, is you know a thing now that I'm thinking because I'm very interested in trying out a unique item that actually seems very interesting. Um, I think, a lot of the different things required for the build might be a little harder for the character to get, but after getting everything, I think it could be a very potent build. Um, yeah, so I was just going to go over that real quick today and basically go over what I was thinking about doing. So I'm going to actually go to the scene with Path of Exile. So, the item that I want to build around is this item, Incandescent Heart. It gives you a decent amount of armor, randomly life, which isn't really good for our build, but it gives us 4% leech, or it gives between 4 to 5% leech, which would have been nice to get 5%, but I think that 139% armor and energy shield is a very, very good roll. And I also got it with 5 sockets. So I think the armor roll is actually one of the highest armor rolls you can get, and it also gives you the node that turns your light radius based off your energy shield, which is nice. And it makes it so if you go CI, 25% of elemental damage gets negated. That's actually kind of a big deal. And the way it works is the 25% is converted first, then taken as chaos damage. We're immune to chaos damage, so that 25% goes away. So we take the rest of the 75% and negate that with our resist. So if we end up having like 76 all resist, anything that hits us with elemental damage would be doing 76 less of that 75%. So it ends up making a very potent build that reduces the damage by a lot. So, okay, for instance, let's say we're getting hit by a hit that does 10k damage normally. Well, if we normally have the 75 all resist, that takes us to us taking only 2,500 damage. Now, if we have 76 all resist, right? So we take that one we just had, and we just bump this down by 1 point. You'll see it actually is, it's still, we notice the damage difference. Like, we just lose 100 less damage. Now, though, if we take and just shave that off the top, so we're taking 75% of 10k. Right, so it's giving us 25% DR. So now we're at 7,500. 7,500. Sorry. Now we take this number and times that by 0.25. 1,875 damage. That's almost a 700 damage decrease. It's pretty good, especially considering we're going to have ES, and we're going to have a lot of ES. So that means, in general, we're going to be just taking a lot less damage. And really, elemental damage is the biggest threat in this game. And, like, if we wanted to, we could bump this down just even one more just to see. So yeah, we could round it down to 800 damage, where normally we would have been taking a lot more. So it's very interesting to see the different numbers and trying to figure out how much damage we can mitigate. So we would be literally mitigating a lot of that damage. The best way to figure out how much of the damage we would be actually mitigating would just take 10,000 and divide that, or no, take 1,800 divided by 10,000. So 1,800 divided by 10,000. Right? And that's basically the percent we're actually reducing everything by, which is 82% DR. Because 18 plus 8. So yeah, like basically the combination of this with our resist gives us 82% DR if we had 76 resists. That's kind of a big deal. And if that number increases more, that just makes this even better. So, for instance, let's say we had purities on, right? This goes down to 19. So now we're only taking 1,425. If we take that, put that here, 1,425. Now we're taking 14% of the damage instead of 18% of the damage. So, yeah, it just scales very well. So, it's what I was thinking about doing. And then maybe this build would be able to take on Adziri. It'd be a build that I'd maybe think about trying Adziri on, because you could mitigate a lot of elemental damage with this item. And not only that, it's perfect because it has some leech on it. It doesn't have resist on it, so you're gonna have to get resist elsewhere, which is fine. Like, you can literally get resist anywhere else. We could even take this a step further too. Somehow, if we could get the armor without a shield, or armor with ES without a shield too, because we're gonna have only 254 energy shield from our chest piece. So, you know, if we can somehow manage a Sophils as well, on top of all that other stuff, I mean, we would bringing this down to 15, right? If we had the purities on and that. So if we bring that down to 15, we're taking only 1,125 damage from 75k. Or not 75k, but from 10k. So we take that number right here, 1,125. We replace that with it here. So 1,225, right? Or 125, sorry. So we take that number. So now we're only taking 11% damage. So, yeah, that's pretty huge considering. So it just gives you an idea of how well this will end up scaling with everything. And then if we add potions on top of all that, so we have a 15% DR right now, after the 75%. So if we lower this down to, if we got potion, flask nodes too, we got this down to like 3%. 3% of that, or that's 30%. We need 3%. We're taking 225 damage. 225. So yeah, we would be taking 2% of all damage. So yeah, it ends up being pretty crazy. I mean, I guess if you're at that point though, the resist, if you can cap your resist like that, that doesn't seem like a big deal. But it's still quite a big deal, like, because without flask notes, it's still going to be very potent, and that's the thing that really makes it shine. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it comes out. See how we feel about it once we get there. It has a lot of armor. It has life leech too. It has things that are good for other stuff. So I mean, I have good feelings about it. We'll see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned. Maybe, you know, even if we end up not dying on this character, maybe we'll just be able to farm enough and make this new character I want to make. And I'll probably make it as Witch. And this is kind of like an idea of what it's going to look like. It's still in development, but it gives you an idea. But anyways, thank you for watching this. Stay kind, stay classy. Don't do anything I want to do. And take it easy, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.